Hey everyone, have you ever had this happen to you? You receive an SMS or you send an SMS to somebody or a message, and it's like you've been gut punched and just thrown out of the water, not knowing what it means? That happens because we are often reading the message where we are at in our mind and in our heart, in the communication. In order to avoid that happening, both when we are sending messages and when we are receiving messages, is to connect with the other person in advance so that you are able to understand when they read it that they are hearing you speak as much as you would like to be heard as the person speaking when you send a message. The lack of pronunciation, the lack of punctuation, the lack of context often gets lost in the space between us. And relationships get built in the space between us. So when you get a message and it like catches you off guard, know that your messages may be having the same impact. And think twice before we send or before we judge when we receive. It's so easy to judge based on where we're at or what's happening in our life. But instead, if we took a moment and connected with that person and saw their face in front of us, communicating with us, saying it to us, we might hear differently. Or we might actually hear where they really are at and not miss a beat in building that relationship. That's a free little tip for you. If it's happened to you, post a comment down here. It's happened to me many times where people read it based on where they're at and I read it based on where I'm at. And it's like, let's take time to connect. Let's take time to build those relationships, the ones that matter. Think and think again without judgment. Build the relationship in the space between us. Have a look at this link. You can do it quite easily there too.